14 other bureaus you need to know. We're going to get into it. Your credit repair, your Q&A, questions and answers today on the live stream. We're live once again. All right. Now I want to make sure right out of the gate, hey, sometimes the live chat, I can't see all the questions, or we can't get to all the questions, time permitting. We don't have all the time. So I'm going to put my email here. Okay. So don't you hesitate to email me. Please email me. Please get in touch with me. Please let me help you. I get excited. I get fired up. Not too many other people want to get up on a Saturday morning. Hey, Robert Hunter, good morning. Saturday morning, Sunday, Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Do live streams all week long. I love it. I love to interact with you guys and be a part of it here. So thank you so much for being a part of the subscribe tribe. Please hit the subscribe button, that bell for notifications. If this video is going to help you out, you're helping out, getting you credit, give it a thumbs up. Appreciate you. Chloe Day, good to see you. People are coming in. The subscribe tribe is coming in. We have had a massive, awesome week of live streams here. It's been a week of finding other secret bureaus, finding other reporting agencies, finding other consumer reporting agencies, figuring things out to where smaller bureaus, little smaller bureaus are supplementing the bigger bureaus. We're getting this stuff squared away, okay? Gaming and tech, B-Man. Hey, good to see you. Christian, good to see you too. Hey, Michael says, hey, Brandon, started your program and my score went up from 510 to 690. Michael Brennan, dude, it's been a journey, but thank you so much for everything. You're very welcome. Thank you for coming back and supporting and letting the subscribe tribe know that they can get the results that they're looking for as well. You can do this for yourself. 609creditrepair.com. We can do the work for you at theawesomelifegroup.com. All right. We got people in on the long weekend. That's right. We got people. I'm working on Saturdays. I got people working on Saturdays. My partner's texting me. My team is texting me. They're getting in touch with me. We're talking. We're chopping it up. All right. People in the office. We in the office. Okay. So if you need support, reach out to me. All right. Your boy. Holla at your boy. All right. Let's see here. Good, good, good. All right. Inquiries from check systems. Excellent. We have the special inquiry letters, Christian, the Beyond Committed package, 609creditrepair.com. Also, let me get to know a little bit more of your specific situation. I'm going to shoot you my email, and hopefully my typing is not too loud. Okay. Now you've got that. We've got you covered. And we're going to get into these other 14 other bureaus that you need to know and you want to know. And it's very interesting how a lot of people don't talk about this, but we're going to get into it right now and then put up your questions. Yes, Draco, you can submit your information now. Awesome Life Group. Absolutely. We're ready to rock and roll for you. Okay. All right. I'll put up the sites for you guys. Wonderful. Okay. So we're getting into it today. And the other thing I want to say is, hey, maybe we'll have some times where we'll do some special VIP videos, you know, some stuff just for the tribe, subscribe tribe. So make sure you hit the bell for notifications. Okay. Now, these 14 other bureaus, we're going to get through them. I'm going to give you a preface of what these 14 other bureaus are that you probably want to know, that you need to know, and where they are. I'm going to put up their websites, all this good stuff, so you can get into it. So employment screening companies. You're saying, Brandon, whatever, employment screening, whatever. Okay. A lot of people doing jobs, right? Getting gigs, security clearances, things like this. But what is it so important? Okay. Employment screening companies provide verification information such as credit history. Employment screening companies provide verification information such as credit history, credit history, credit history. Okay. This is why it's so important. People will say, hey, why can't I get this gig? Why can't I get this job? I'm trying to get this six-figure job, trying to get this big old career going, this fantastic stuff. Yes, because these employment screening companies are providing such information as credit history, okay? Your employment, your salary, okay? So maybe they don't want to pay you as much, and you're like, oh, why? Because the salary isn't that wrong. Educational information, where you went to school, does that match up? Your professional licenses, other information on there that you may not even be aware of, okay? Some will do, you know, the criminal history, obviously, right? Criminal history. You want to take a look, make sure that's real and legit. Your driving history, driving records. Some will do other supervised testing, you know? So you want to make sure, wow, that's great, Michael. Okay. You want to make sure this all lines up. Okay. Many of these employment screening companies may or may not have information on you unless you give them the give the employer or the employment screening people the right to look at this stuff. So if you do, make sure you know where they're getting this information from. Make sure you know where they're getting this information from. So we're going to go through the 14 that you could possibly be, so you know, so you can't be taken advantage of, so you know where this information is getting onto your reports, where they're coming from, because they might not be pulling from TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian when they're looking at your credit history. They could be using one of the supplemental reports that we talked about here this week on the live streams. Yeah. So here we go. Accurate backgrounds. All right. AccurateBackground.com, American Data Bank. All right. Backgroundchecks.com, Checker.com, First Advantage Corporation, FADV, which I will put in the, I'm going to put all this up here. Okay. We've got General Information Services, geninfo.com. All right. HireRight.com, which HireRight.com is very interesting. They also have information for a lot of driving records for truck drivers, driving history. Okay. So you want to take a look at them. You can get your specific driving history for truck driving. All right. Infocubic.com. We've got Intellicorp.net, provides background screening services. It's part of Versic Analytics, which we've talked about before on this live, this week of lives. Okay. OpenOnline.com. Yes. Preemployed.com. Yes. I know there's a lot of stuff here. Don't worry. I'm going to put it in the chat for y'all. SterlingTalentSolutions.com, Track1.com, and TheWorkNumber.com. Okay, this provides employment and income information. It includes data collection from employers and large private sector payroll processes. All right. This is also where they would look for potentially providing information on child support collections and enforcement. Okay, people have asked me this question. Hey, this is there. This is there. Where can I find this? It's on the bureaus. Where else are they pulling it? TheWorkNumber.com, potentially have information to inform child support collections and enforcement. Now, Equifax Work Solutions, also known as TALX Corporation, operates this work number. So Equifax in the game, trying to get in on this information. Okay, so that's quick. It's quick. 14 of these nasty, unknown, other employment verification bureaus that could potentially have outstanding information. I'm going to put this in here for you. Okay. Information on your credit history. So make sure they're pulling, if they're showing the wrong credit information, make sure they're pulling from the big three, that your big three are clear, because the smaller ones, the Innovises, the CoreLogics, the SageStreams, they might be pulling from there. You want to know if that's the case. You also want to make sure your employment history is right, your background history, your criminal records. You want to make sure that if they are reporting child support, they're reporting correctly, or they're not reporting, or it could be inaccurate information. You can dispute this negative information. You have the power to do this for yourself. 609creditrepair.com. We can do this work for you at theawesomewifegroup.com. Okay. You let us know what's going on. Are LexisNexis and CoreLogic considered bureaus? Yes. And we've talked about, Christian, we had a week of lives here. So take a look, watch the replays on where they fall in line and what their specialties are. Because I'll tell you what, we've broken it down really nicely. I wanted to make sure that I came out with all this good content. I said there was so much information. I didn't want to just put 49, 50 other bureaus that you need to know. 50 bureaus you want to know now, all the 50 consumer reporting agencies, right? Yeah, awesome, Christian. Good to see it. 50 bureaus all at once. It would be a lot, right? So I broke it down for y'all. I want to make sure that you get this good content, that it's palatable, that you can digest it, utilize it. When you need to utilize it, you can break it, you can comb back through it. It's nice and cataloged for you. It's good to go, okay? So again, if this video is helping you out, please give a thumbs up. Thank you so much for the subscribe tribe coming in. If you're just coming in and you want to watch the replay on the bureaus, I look forward to you watching these. Watch these videos over again until they make sense. And feel free to email me when you have questions and need support. We're going to get into your questions and answer those right now. So make sure they're up there. And again, people are coming in now. They're coming in and out, trickling, right? If for some reason I don't get to your question or I miss it, I'm putting your email here. All right. I'm putting my email here. please don't hesitate. Please get in touch with me. I want to help you, okay? Maybe sometimes, you know, I miss a couple things or whatnot, but I want to make sure that I get to you. All right, let's get into it. Ebony, Jerome, keep it tight, Jerome. All right. Joshua Young, I know it's the Capital One Secure. It's more lenient. New rule, once you're approved, you now have 35 days to make additional deposits before you activate your card. Joshua says, I know I work for Capital One. Trust me. Interesting. All right, let me see where that came together. Good. Capital One Secure is more lenient. Excellent. I'm sorry, I'm going back to make sure I get all these. Okay. Wow, Michael Kremner, good to see you. I did my ex-wife's credit report. In first round, everything was removed on TransUnion. 29 accounts removed and every collection was removed. I'll send you over pictures. Michael Kremner, I look forward to seeing that. Excellent. Good to see you, Michael. Been chopping it up back and forth. Isaac, my scores almost reached 700s, 688 from 530 in just 6 months. Isaac, his score is 688 now. He's almost into the 700s. He started at 530 about 6 months ago. You would say that you could be in a 700 club in about 6 months. That's fantastic. That's amazing. When people are living out there thinking, oh, well, there's nothing you can do, they go 6 years with bad credit. This individual in 6 months has excellent credit, excellent. Going to be able to do so much. So much. It changes your life. It really does. You're going to be able to get the apartment, the car, the housing, the whatever it is, the job, the credit cards. It's the travel miles. It's amazing. It really is. It changed my life. It changed my partner's life. It's going to change your life as well. Okay. Let's see. Yep, James Worthy. Okay, yeah, Capital One. Just got a $300 credit increase on my $200 secured Capital One card. Excellent. So good. It sounds like Capital One is more lenient. All right. Jedi Lungs. Less than a year left on the statute of limitations. Why are they playing games, giving you trouble? Yeah, it's because this is their last-ditch effort to potentially extract resources from you or anyone else, right? So you want to continue to press. You want to continue to dispute. You want to file your complaints. Do not let them scare you. Do not let them do this to you, okay? Danessa Johnson. All right, excellent. Yes, absolutely. You can turn everything to us. We can take care of things for you. All right. If necessary, we got you. TheAwesomeLifeGroup.com. That's interesting. Hey, Brandon, I have a collection that we are not being called on. Okay. That we are not being called on, but is on the report. Says that it will stay on the report until next month, March. So two weeks? 2 weeks? Is this something we want to dispute or leave it alone? Hey, it's 14 days, right? Heck, I don't even know if it's that long because it's 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 days, right? 12 days is supposed to be off. 14 days. Hey, man. All right, 14 days. Your dispute is going to take probably 30 days just for them to respond to. So this is what I would say. And the only reason I smile at this is because if it's supposed to be off the report in the next 14 days, because it's supposed to report till March 2019. Okay, if it's supposed to be off the report in the next 14 days, you just see what happens in the next 14 days. You know, it's not going to make a huge difference because if you send the dispute, it could take, 30 days for them just to process it and it comes off or it comes off anyway, right? So I'd say I personally would just wait, see what happens in March. And then if it's still sitting there in March, then you can send and say, hey, obsolete, outdated, too old, outside the statutes of limitation, outside the statutes of reporting. Boom, off, good to go. And that strengthens your case. But we're talking, shoot, a week and a half, you'll be chilling. with the collection off. And yeah, they're probably not calling because they know it's outside the statute of limitation. They can't collect on it. They can't do nothing. They've moved on to other stuff. So yeah, but it's good. I'm glad that that's good for you. Carla, Brandon, glad to catch you. Awesome. Good to see you too. Angela Lee, Brandon, need to talk to you. All right, shoot me an email. I'm gonna put my email in here. I need to get out early warnings ASAP. Absolutely, we've got letters for you for early warnings. All right. And you might also want to double check, make sure you're in check systems. The interesting thing about early warnings, it's actually owned by some of the big banks, the Bank of America's, PNCs, BB&T, US Bank, Wells Fargo. They own early warnings. So you also might want to look into other companies if you're looking to get a bank account that isn't one of those banks. And they just did the check systems early warnings, that whole banking one recently, live stream. So you can double check on that as well and make sure that you understand which banks they utilize early warnings and what they own. Okay. B of A, PNC, BB&T, US Bank, Wells Fargo. They own early warnings. They're all cohorts in the early warning. So if you find a bank that's outside of those, they may not utilize early warnings, and you might be able to get your bank account as well. Okay. That is why it behooves you to be here and be part of the subscribe tribe, because we're putting out all this good content. Ebony, hi. After file bankruptcy, how long after his discharge can you get it off the report? Ebony, it depends on your specific scenario. Is it a 13? Is it a 7? And yeah, it usually takes about, you could start disputing roughly in about 6 months from full discharge, and just take some time. People have said, hey, it's taking some time and I've got it off of one report. Why isn't it on the other? I'm like, it's just going to take some time. If it comes off one report, the process is working. It's interesting. We see how the human brain operates. It's like it came off. It took a couple of rounds. It came off one bureau. Hey, it's going to take a little time. It might come off the other two bureaus. So it might take a little time. Bankruptcy is one of the worst, but we've seen it consistently over and over again. You could potentially have similar results as well. It might be a little bit different. We'll have to see. But feel free to reach out to me, email me, let me know how your process is going. Have you filed already? If you haven't filed, you might not need to. You might need to. Again, you need to deal with your lawyer and talk to what they say, what your bankruptcy attorney thinks. But yeah, it just depends on your scenario, okay? Marlon Wheeler, Brandon, can I stop the reporting student loans? We've seen student loans come off the report. It's potentially, you can dispute them. They potentially could come off, okay? Yes, it's possible, all right? It's possible. However, you want to be cautious. Unless they're negative, they could be helping you, okay? I know what you're saying. You're saying, hey, I got all this on-time payment history, but I don't want them on there. Well, that might affect your score. So just be cautious, Marlon, okay? But yeah, we've seen it happen. We've seen it happen. We've seen people... I remember sitting next to a gentleman. We were at some expo or whatnot, and he slides over his Credit Karma app and he shows me, and it showed him his student loans had been removed, and it gives you that little rock star thing, and it's like, this has been removed, amazing, good work. And I was like, wow, that's great, from stuff that we were working on together. So it was pretty cool. First round of letters, National Credit Systems, apartment I didn't live at, made a resolution offer. Do I send the 609 to them directly? A resolution offer. So they're trying to make you a settlement, is my guess. They're trying to say, hey, we'll do this for that or whatnot. First round of letters, National Credit Systems, apartment I didn't live at. So if you didn't live there, why would you want to settle with them? I don't know what the resolution offer is. Maybe you want to let me know here, or maybe you can email me. But looks like they might be running scared. If you didn't live there and it's not yours, why would you pay, you know? Lavelle Gordon. I used 609 program 3 years ago. It works, Lavelle. Good to hear, okay? But he's got a little trouble now. A little go again. Next time I'm gonna use Awesome Life. All right. Well, you can use this. All right. If you got into a sick situation, I mean, 3 years ago, that's a good amount of time. You repaired your credit. It's fantastic. I'm glad you did. And now you might need us again. Hey, no problem. And also, don't worry. Okay. Some people get a little concerned. They're like, man, I repaired my credit. Things got a little dicey. Hey, things happen. It's not your fault. Okay. It's not your fault. It's okay. Things happen. That's why people like myself, my team are here to help you. Okay. All right, so let's see. What's the best, Chloe Day? What's the best? Just a quick question. What's the best credit card to start rebuilding your credit? All right, great question. What is the best one? Hey, it depends on your scenario, right? I always say it depends on your scenario. Credit Builder card is pretty good, okay? Capital One secured credit, like we talked about, okay, is pretty good credit card. Yeah, their Capital One seems to be pretty lenient. Those are good. Now, there's also the My Jewelers Club card and New Coast Direct. They'll give you 5K limits each. However, those are store cards, so big bank cards are important as well, in which we've talked about on how to get an 800 FICO score. You still need big bank cards as part of your mix. So to get to the highest echelon over time, not all at once, but over time, they're looking for about 12 revolving credit cards, and 7 of them, at least 7 of them, need to be big banks. So having a Capital One card is going to be great. The Discover It card can be good to rebuild. Now, if you have good credit already and you're not really in that rebuilding phase, obviously the better credit cards are those travel mile cards, the cashback cards. But if you're in the rebuild phase, My Jeweler Club card, New Coast Direct, some of the secure cards like the Capital Ones, the Discover It, the Credit Builder cards, those can be helpful to you. Now, those are credit cards, which you specifically asked, Miss Day, Chloe Day. You know, another thing that I always recommend is the self-lender. We talk about it all the time, and people put up, they'll be like, hey, you know, I got a 30-point boost, got a 50-point boost. It's possible maybe you get a boost as well, all right? Rebuilding your credit is important as well. Also, we've talked about keeping that credit utilization under 7% if you want to get up into the top tier of the FICO earners. Now, under 30% is your first goal, under 10%, under 7%. That's where you want to go, okay? That's where you want to go. Appreciate it. Joshua Young, thanks, Brandon. Added 5,000 in trade lines this week. Excellent. Good work. Good work. Christian Scaz, the man. Thank you. Empress May, subscribe, tribe. Excellent. Walmart used a company called TC Credit, but provided no address so I can dispute it. All right, this is great. This is what I've talked about for some information on how you can dispute inquiries this way. If they use the company TC Credit to pull your report, you got an inquiry on there, it's supposed to have the address and potentially the phone number. You can dispute with the bureau saying no address, no phone number. It doesn't have information on how to get in touch with them. How can you verify? How can you validate? It's supposed to be under your rights. This is one of the reasons you can dispute this hard inquiry, this non-account hard inquiry, okay? Get these nasty, negative, erroneous stuff off of there. Just that statement alone, Walmart used a company called TC Credit, but provided no address, so I can dispute it. How is that allowed? It's not allowed. They have to provide, everything has to be 100% accurate, has to be true and factual, okay? All right, Wayside Bullies. Hello, I had to laugh at this because you'll find this funny. Hello, I ordered your plan. It's good work. It works good, right? I have done my first round of letters, round 1, 30 days. Equifax removed all the negatives. Here we go to the funny part. Equifax removed all the negatives. Experian didn't remove any. Equifax removed everything. Negative items off, 30 days, 1 round. Everything gone. 4 weeks gone. Negatives gone. Boop. Going up, scores going up. But Experience playing games didn't remove anything. They said it's quote unquote verified. What in the world? What is going on? Get me fired up. We're not playing no games, okay? Experian needs to know that you know that it can't be verified. and that the other bureau, Equifax, wasn't able to verify. Now, you can show them that information, okay? Now, they're a private company. They're not really under any obligation to just be like, oh, well, we're going to do what this other company did. But it lets them know, hey, Equifax wasn't able to verify. How are you able to verify? And if you weren't able to verify and you start saying that it's verified and it's not verified, I'm going to have to file some complaints. I'm going to have to take you to court. I'm going to have to make sure that I enforce my rights on the Fair Credit Reporting Act, right? And of course, talk to your lawyers. I'm not giving any legal advice, but you know the process, yeah? So send your second round. Ask them how they verified it. Equifax wasn't able to verify. Ask Experian, how were you able to verify? Send round 2. Everything came off. 1 round, Equifax, 609creditrepair.com. You can do this work for yourself. We can do this for you at the Awesome Life Group. If this video is helping you out, please give a thumbs up. I appreciate you, okay? We're going a little longer on the live stream because it's a weekend. It's Saturday, we got that long weekend. I hope you all enjoying your long weekend. Get to chat with you a little bit. So, hey, put in the chat, what are you doing on your long weekend? Are you doing your credit repair on your long weekend? You hanging out with family on your long weekend? You going shopping on your long weekend? If you go shopping, Jerome, if you go shopping, you better be using a low interest credit card. Don't be carrying no balance. You better be getting miles of cash back. Okay? All right. Draco, we look forward to working with you as well. Higher right, which is DAC, which is used for the driver's right, DAC report for good hire, which we talked about. Excellent. Whoa. Ebony, wow. I'm disputing my Capital One inquiries with CFPB. There are 20 inquiries of them. They know it's fraud, but only remove 3. Oof, Ebony, I'm sorry, 20 inquiries. That's crazy. Yeah, that doesn't sound like you would just go and do that with all Capital One Bank. That sounds wild. Okay, so look, you want to talk to the authorities, okay? You want to, if that is true, blue, fraud situation, you want to talk to the authorities. You want to get your police reports and your sheriff's reports, federal reports, whatever it takes, yeah? Because if someone's out there with your identity or utilizing it, you got to stop it, okay? You definitely got to stop that. I'm sorry that happened to you. That's awful. That's really, really awful. I'm sorry about that, man. But hey, if you need help, let me give you my... You got my email. Yes, Carla W. Make sure to email me. Xavier, same boat, Ebony. Yeah, if you're dealing with this fraud situation, it's nasty stuff, okay? So make sure you get your reports into the authorities. You can send that into the bureaus. They have to adhere to the laws, okay? All right. Let's see here. Sorry, guys. I'm going through the questions here. I've got some questions. I do the first part, like almost the lecture part, right? And I go back to your questions. Okay. What's early warnings? Early warnings is like check systems. If you can't get a bank account, you're wondering why I got this second chance bank account. I can't get a debit card. You could be in early warnings or check systems, which says, hey, maybe you overdrew something or didn't pay a bank or something that could be inaccurate or obsolete or something. Just make sure that that's taken care of if for some reason you can't get a bank account. Okay. Let's see. Michael, what's the best way to invest money? Michael, good question. What is the best way to invest money? I'm sure there's people here who know how to invest money. I don't want to give any financial advice, but there's options out there for you. Secured card with Capital One, you can make 5 monthly payments on time, access credit limit increase of $100 to $300, credit line increase. That's pretty good. It's good. You want to continually increase your credit because you want more available credit. So if you use a little bit more, your utilization isn't get all messed up. They definitely want to see, the bureaus want to see a lot of available credit and not using very much, right? Under 7%. All right. Yes. Hi, with your program, can I remove hard inquiries and a repo? Yes, you potentially can, as long as the hard inquiries are non-account holding inquiries. Make sure they're not account holding inquiries, because if you dispute an inquiry that is holding and tied to an account, they might get a little touchy. You might get a little upset and say, hey, well, man, we gave you a card, we gave you a loan. You're trying to get over and get this inquiry off, right? The idea here is that inquiry could be attached to a line of credit, and they'll say, hey, we'll take the inquiry off, but you can't have the card. That's not the thing. All non-account holding inquiries, and that's usually what you want to do. If you got the card, you're going to get the boost. If you got the loan, you're going to get the boost to your credit, okay? Repossessions, yes, there's special repo letters. We have, you can dispute with the bureaus. They have to have the deficiency notes. They have to let you know what they sold the car for. They have to show that they have documentation saying that they were allowing you to go to the sale and the auction to get your car back and all that good stuff. Repossession, much like eviction, is a very specific classification legal that has to be processed properly, okay? I have 7 credit cards. Should I use all of them at least once a month? Jason. Well, I would say at least 3 of them once a month or every month. Okay. Now we know, we've talked about on the live streams here, is that 3 is at least your magic number. Okay. I don't know if you get any grave share benefit by using 7 as opposed to 3. Okay. What they do look at is your per card utilization. So when we talked about how to change your utilization quickly on the live stream this week, they also look at your per card utilization. So if you have an enormous, let's say hypothetically you had a credit card that has a 5K limit on it, and then you had 5 other credit cards with 5K limits. Okay, and you take one credit card and you use up all 5K of that one limit, it's still not going to look as good as if you spread it out over all 5 cards. Okay, it's going to look a little bit better. Now, it's not going to be massively different, but it's going to look a little bit better. So a few points. Those points can be the difference between being 790 and 800s, right? Potentially. So the idea is they look at your per credit card utilization as well. So yes, spreading it out is good. Okay, so that is an option. But at a certain point, it may not be 3 to 5, may not be any different than 5 to 7 or whatnot, right? So at least 3, I would say, and don't max out the card as well. The reason you want to keep it under that 7% is that is how their algorithm, the FICO algorithm, utilizes and boosts you to the highest potential to get that 800. Okay, so make sure you're using your cards, make sure that you're using them responsibly, paying them off in time. We've also talked about how you want to make sure that you get it right around the report date. Okay, if you got a high balance there, you don't want to necessarily let that high balance get reported too high. The optimal, the absolute, even under 7%, 1%, 2%, small amounts, right? 0% doesn't work though. Not using your cards doesn't work. Okay, that's what I've noticed. You can maintain good history, but it ain't going to get you up into the high earners, those 800 scores, that where you want to be, where you can get these amazing interest rates, these amazing. And here's the thing: maybe you're not going to utilize it, right? Maybe you're saying, Brian, I'm not going to get no loan. Okay, I'm not going to get no loan. I'm going to pay everything in cash. I'm going to pay my credit cards in cash. What do I worry about the interest rate? Okay, well, maybe you want to get into business. Okay, maybe you want to get into business. And there's certain merchant accounts, certain insurances. They're going to look, and they're going to look at interest rates, and they're going to look at potentially reserves. Okay, so your credit score has to do with more than potentially just loans and interest rates. Okay, or getting the home, or getting the security clearance, or getting the job or the security clearance, or something like that. All right. So yeah, at least 3. At least 3. Hey, Brandon, my credit score is 671. Can I apply for the secured? Oh, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. Brandon, my score is at 671. Can I apply for the Discover card? Okay, so do you have any derogatories remaining on there? Okay, that's a big thing. Sometimes they'll also look at, do you have any outstanding collections right now are charge-offs. Okay. If not, you're probably good to go. Okay. And double check with Discover. Call Discover. Discover's got these crazy, amazing ads that say you call, you get a representative, you can talk to them live, right? Give them a ring. See if they say, hey, you're at 671, you don't have any derogatories, you're good to go. Or you're at 671, you want collection, that's not going to be a problem, okay? Or you're at 670, actually, you can get our Discover Miles card or Discover Cashback, whatever it is, right? I think Discover has a Miles card now as well. They have a cashback there. And they do some crazy stuff like 5% bonuses on categories and stuff like that. So pretty cool stuff. Give them a ring. Same thing with Capital One. Give them a ring, okay? Same thing with Citi. Give them a ring. Michael Kramer, USA uses early warnings as well. Cool. Good to know. Good to know. Daniel Dorsey. Daniel. About a utility bill, Daniel? Let me see. This is more of a unit for you. So let me make sure that I can get you a question. Excellent. Brandon, can I get the Chapter 7 bankruptcy docket public record off my reports? Yeah, you potentially can. We've talked about bankruptcies coming off. Yes. And that's the thing. It'll say public record, and the docket number is the account number you can utilize. Make sure you're disputing as well with LexisNexis. Make sure you get these negative, nasty items off, okay? It's possible. And when I say the nasty, negative items, I'm talking about the bankruptcy has accounts included with it. Go after those. You potentially can go after those first. Update your address. Okay, we've got all this lined out for you. 609creditrepair.com, that Beyond Committed package. We can do the work for you at theawesomelifegroup.com. I know Cornelia's standing by. I know my team's standing by. I know I'm standing by. We look forward to it. We get excited. We get passionate about this. We make sure we've got the right people that are passionate about this, okay? FCRU. Baldy J, what collections are those? They're trying to play holler ball? Are they medical? Are they charge-offs? What are they? David, all right. Wants to know, good morning, Brennan. Can you share information on what you would coach us on to get credit after the repair process? Okay. So let's say you've gotten good credit now, and let's say you're kind of in the middle. That's probably where you might land if you're feeling like you need to obtain credit. Those next steps are obtaining credit that work well for your scores, right? And your income ratios and whatnot, right? So you might start in the tier with an unsecured card like a Freedom card, Chase Freedom card, a Discover card, a Citi card, a Citibank, you know, right in that tier. You're not way low, you're right in the middle. You get them, you spend on time, you use 3 revolving accounts, you spend on time, you pay off all the time, every month, never carry balance, boost your score, get your score up. Your score goes up in the next few months, 4 months, 5 months. Now you could potentially ask for a credit line increase. Hopefully you call them first, call their bank first and ask if they do a hard inquiry first. Usually they'll say no, you get that credit line increase. That looks even better. Now you have more credit utilization. You've made a relationship with that bank, okay? A couple months more, maybe you apply for a travel card, a cashback card. What we've talked about here, obtaining credit, is the magic number for the amount of revolving accounts. And I'm not saying doing it overnight. It's going to take some time, but 12. Highest up in the 800s, 12 revolving accounts. Usually I'd have to make sure, I don't want to speak incorrectly, but you're going to need a good mix of installment loans. I think it's about 3 to 5, somewhere in there. I'm going to double check for you. You understand this a lot, but maybe a couple, some people have a couple cards, a mortgage, a self-lender, a personal loan, something like that. And we're talking about 800s, okay? Student loans could be broken up too. Boom, 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 boom. All of a sudden you have like 2 or 3 installment loans, a car, a mortgage, okay? So they're looking at you being able to manage your credit properly, all right? Brian Knight says student loans could be a good thing in your favor. Yes, potentially, right? And David, keep that credit utilization down under 7%, okay? Does Jeweler Club card pull your credit to start to get a credit card? It will be an inquiry. I think it's one inquiry you want to double check, but yes, because it's an unsecured card, they're going to have to look at your credit. Now, Affirm.com, Affirm is an online shopping where they will get you the potential up to 5K in credit line with no hard inquiry. Okay, this is a soft inquiry. Now, Affirm you can utilize to purchase from stores online. Let's say you want to travel and they have Orbitz, Expedia online, okay? Let's say you need some clothing. They've got clothing stores online here, or Kolhan and Filson. And let's say you need something for the home. They've got home stuff, education stuff, automotive, health and beauty. There's stuff here, right? So you need to purchase things. You need stuff. You want to do it online. Most people are shopping online, but you also like, look, I think I've talked about this before. I'm in the market for a potentially new mattress. I minimize. I don't really have a bed or anything like that. I talk about no car, nothing like that as well. So, yeah, just part of what I did to kind of get myself in order. But right here, Affirm mattresses, right? You can get a Casper purple mattress. They got mobile phones here. You know, so potentially up to 5K in a line of credit with no hard inquiry. So if you're looking for something as well, the reason I like the Jeweler Club's card, the reason I like the New Codes Direct is because their cards, they're revolving. The Affirm is more of an installment situation, right? Less revolving. So revolving is very important. But nonetheless, self-lender Affirm could be great for a mix for you for credit, and Affirm and self-lender, no hard inquiries, okay? So there's all sorts of options for you to build credit and get what you need, all right? Appreciate you. And if this video is helping you out, please give a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I've had a blast on these live streams. This has been great to chop it up with you guys and chat and see what you're going on and what y'all doing on this weekend and see how your credit is going. And let me know how your credit is going. If you're watching the replay at home, okay, or on the phone or at work, pardon me, at work, wherever you are, wherever you get a chance to watch this information. And I appreciate you being part of the subscribe tribe. Wherever you get a chance, put in the comments below how your credit repair is going, where your score is, how you're doing, if you have any questions or concerns. Okay, I get back to you. I make the videos. We have more videos coming out next week. It's going to be phenomenal. I had a great time doing these with you guys. So yes, hit the subscribe button and bell for notifications. Become part of the subscribe tribe. You're gonna love it here. Appreciate you. Okay. Can a creditor change the payment history after it's been in collections for 6 to 8 years? Can a creditor? So the creditor would have had it in a charge-off status, right, to send it to the collection agency. Are you saying the collection agency is changing the payment history? I mean, if it's charge-off, you want to get this off your report. If it's collection, you want to get this off this report. Can they change it? Usually they don't. They wouldn't want to or wouldn't. The only way they could say that is if they said, oh, there was some inaccuracy in the reporting. But why would that be if the payment history is 6 years, 8 months? It's about to be 7 years. What are they doing? They're trying to change it to I mean, it's charged off, so it's not even, they can't even keep it on there past the 7-year mark, right? That's saying you pay. That would be weird because then they would say, what, you paid recently but it wouldn't have been a charge-off status, so they'd have to change the status. Yeah, because after so many days, it legally must be a charge-off. So that'd be strange. So no, I don't think they can do that. It depends. It depends on what they're trying to do, I suppose. I think the collector might be trying to change it, trying to re-age it maybe. No, they can't do that. In fact, legally we have a letter for this kind of nonsense. It talks about this stuff. Let's see here. And, you know, a re-aging violation is really bad business for them as well. That's one you can take them to court for. And we have that outlined in our 609creditrepair.com Beyond Committed package, all the violations that could potentially be there for you. So don't hesitate. I want to know more about what this is. Email me and let me know what the heck is going on. Because you're asking the question. I'm imagining it's not hypothetical, but you're saying Canada. I want to know the specifics on what's going on for you because that makes a big difference. Go. Jay Reed, good to see you, brother. All right. Hey, wow, Jedi Lungs. Cool. Thanks for helping out the subscribe tribe. He says, or she says, I'm not sure. Jedi Lungs. For anyone looking for a great credit union, DCU Digital Federal Credit Union is amazing. Credit card for payment, no cash advance fees, frequent no interest balance transfers. Cool, Jedi Lungs. Appreciate you. I haven't checked them out personally, so take a look, see if it makes sense for you. And if you need this digital credit union, digital credit, federal credit union, take a look. Very cool. Maybe I'll do a little bit more looking into it. Maybe my team will figure out. But hey, one of the subscribe tribe members letting y'all know, coming back with information for us. This is why I love that we have a tribe here, a team here, people that are willing to help one another, positivity. I love it. Thank you so much. Man, buying Angela Young. My son has a car with awesome payment history, and we've talked about returning the other car to Capital One, but he'd rather trade in both cars for a new car. Wow, that's pretty cool, man. Excellent. New Coast Direct. Give No Coast Direct a call. They're not listed on all three. Give them a ring. Let them know. See what's up. Nah. What does it say? What do you mean? What does it say in your report of this collection? I would like to see that. It's great. All right. Bishop. Let me see how many letters you went through Bishop and all that good stuff. Feel free to email. It's good to get your specifics. Your questions are good, but then I need to follow up, and so we go back and forth. And anyone who's not emailed me before, okay, if you haven't emailed before, it's a good process because you'll email, I email back, we go through strategies, we figure out what's working for you, what you need to utilize, what's unique to you and your fingerprint for your credit repair process, okay? All right. Let's see. Yes. Can you dispute late payments for 2017? Capital One had a rough year, and I'm trying to dispute that. Yes. The 609 letters underneath, one of the reasons providing physical verification, you can put unverified late payments. We also have a special late payment dispute letter in which we have a late payment dispute letter in which you can dispute late payments outright. I was thinking about goodwill letters, but I'm thinking perhaps you haven't made payments recently. It's probably, I'm guessing, maybe if you have, you could use goodwill letters as well. Those are always very good. I've called before. I had to call USA. I had to call student loan people as well. So, but use it all. Use it all to your availability. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if we got more questions. Wow. Excellent. Anita. Hi, Brandon. I started watching in December, so maybe a couple of months ago. Sent out my first round in January, which was, now it's February. All right. Sent it out in January 2019. A couple of days ago, I received a collection removal. Oh, I see. I received a collection removal, hoping all accounts were removed this smoothly. Thanks. All right, Anita. Fantastic. Good work. Good work, Anita. All right. Self-made. Sent the three companies your paperwork for round one, waiting for them to respond. Well, hopefully to be good. All right. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right. Yes. Yes, it is possible to get eviction off your credit reports and rental files and all this good stuff. Look, LexisNexis, CoreLogic, they house a lot of this information. You can dispute this negative, erroneous stuff. We've had videos out here on how people can do it and have done it. There was a young woman who was able to do it pretty relatively quickly. Your results might be a little bit different, but absolutely. Feel free to email me with your questions, information, anything that you might need. All right. It has been a pleasure. We have got to get back to getting these nasty, negative, erroneous items off for our clients, getting to these emails, getting this nasty stuff. I appreciate you. 609creditrepair.com, or we can do the work for you at the Awesome Life Group. If this video helped you out, please give a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and that bell for notifications. And until I see you in person, I will see you on the other side. Take care. Thanks, guys.